Let's play now. Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that technical difficulty. It's just my laptop died and I needed to attach my laptop charger. But of course, I've already covered the condor. And of course, this is their range in the Andes. Now, next animal I'm going to show you all is one of the most incredible snakes. It is the Yellow-Tailed Cribo. The Yellow-Tailed Cribo is quite a big snake. I mean, it can grow to be just over 7 meters long. And of course, as you can see, it has a beautiful golden yellow tail, and it has very, very smooth scales. It's almost like they're made of silk. And of course, to me, what makes the Yellow-Tailed Cribo such an incredible snake is down to what it eats, and that it will feed on all kinds of different things. It will feed on lizards, frogs, small mammals, birds, as well as hard-shelled tortoises. But this snake can also feed on other snakes, even some of the most venomous found in Latin America, like coral snakes, the fer-de-lance, the bushmaster, pit vipers, all fall prey to this snake. And it doesn't kill them with venom or constriction. What it kills them with is probably the most powerful bite of any snake. And the jaw muscles on this snake are said to be the biggest of any snake. And what it does is it just grabs a hold of its prey and will thrash around, whacking it against nearby tree trunks and rocks until it completely knocks it senseless or kills it. And then it swallows prey whole and often alive. Of course, the Yellow-Tailed Cribo is not dangerous to human beings at all. In fact, it can be handled in the wild, but I mean, it's usually you're wiser to let an experienced snake handler handle them, because even though it's not venomous, its bite is said to be extremely painful. This is their range. Now, the next animals I'm going to show you are probably the most toxic on the planet. They are poison dart frogs. Now, poison dart frogs are absolutely tiny. In fact, this one here, the yellow and the red and blue poison dart frog, can actually be about maybe bigger than the end of my thumb. But why they're so brightly coloured is warning to say to other animals that they're dangerous, and of course for good reason, because they have probably the strongest natural toxins of any creature. And how they do it, it's one of the miracles of nature. It all starts off in the leaves of plants. I mean, ants eat the leaves, frogs eat the ants, and then they almost sweat the poison out onto their skins. And if an animal tries to eat one, it will end up dying in a minute or two. In fact, because there are many different species of dart frogs. Of course, this one, the blue dart frog, is probably my favourite one. But, believe it or not, there is one species of dart frog about the same size as this one. It's this one, the golden dart frog. It's found in Colombia, and it has enough poison in its body to kill more than 10 fully grown men. In fact, when tribal Indians are out, when tribesmen go out hunting in the South American jungles, quite often they wipe their blowpipe darts on the backs of the frogs and then use them to bring down an animal, hence the name poison dart frog. I mean, while they are incredibly beautiful, these tiny little amphibians are a living chemical weapons factory. Of course, there are many species of poison dart frog in South and Central America, but you can see they come in all different shapes, sizes and colours, but they all have the same natural toxins inside their bodies. Of course, here is their range. Now, the last animal I'm going to show you all is probably the strangest member of the dog family. It is the maned wolf. Now, the maned wolf is the tallest wild dog in the world, and it's also one of the most unusual members of the dog family. Because if you look at it, it's almost as if someone took a red fox and just stretched it. Of course, they have enormous satellite dish ears that can pick up all kinds of sound, but the mane on the nape of the neck and across the shoulders is what gives them their name, and that can quite often be held erect and to make the animal look bigger and more threatening, and that's usually to frighten off another maned wolf or a predator like a puma or a jaguar. Of course, the maned wolf lives mainly in mountains, grasslands and forests, and a lot of its diet is mostly made up of fruits. About 50% of its diet is made up of the fruits it finds in forests. But they do eat meat. They eat small mammals and even birds' eggs. Of course, as you can see here, they actually will jump on their prey, like rodents. And of course, where they live out in the savannas, it tends to be very, very hot during the day, so they tend to come out at dusk and midnight to hunt. They will consume fruit, small mammals, and unattended eggs. But there is one place in South America where is probably the best place in the world to see them, and that is the monastery of Carassa. In fact, about 15 to 20 years ago, the monks of Carassa learned that a large carnivore was going through their rubbish, and then they worked out that it was the maned wolves, and then they started leaving food out for them, and of course the maned wolves will come in for a free meal, and it is said to be the best place in the world to see them. Another thing that's unusual about the maned wolf is because wolves are often thought of as being pack animals, but that is very different to the maned wolf. They live alone and will defend a territory of up to 100 square miles. But maned wolves are endangered because much of their habitat is being destroyed, but they are protected and they are slowly making a recovery, but they are shy, elusive and solitary. Yeah, and a lot of the time they're mainly active at night, so even if you go out looking for a maned wolf, there is some very minimal guarantee that you will see one. But if you really want to see a maned wolf, the best place to go is the monastery of Carassa, because that's where they've been fed for the last 20 or so years. But yeah, as I said, they are probably the strangest member of the dog family I've ever seen. Of course, here is their range in South America. Now that has been the retelling of my PowerPoint of 15 predators of South America. I hope you all have enjoyed, but of course I do apologise for the technical hitch I had earlier. It's just my laptop died and I needed to get my charger, so I do apologise for that. But if you have enjoyed this video, then please drop a comment down below, and also don't forget to check out my other videos, and I hope you'll enjoy these videos, and if you want to see more, then just drop a comment down below and let me know.